Today, we're going to show you how you can build a stronger core from home using just one kettlebell. Hey, it's Dr. Mike, and in today's video, we're going to be focusing on some kettlebell exercises that are really targeting and helping you build a stronger core. Now, I've said it in the past, and I'll say it again. I think the kettlebells in general is a piece of equipment that is phenomenal. It's so great, cost effective, easy to have at home, that you can really do so much with when it comes to building strength, building agility, building fitness. It's a great tool that you can utilize. So some of us at home have access to maybe a lot of kettlebells. The good thing about these exercises is really you only need one kettlebell. And the best part about it is for the core exercises specifically, the kettlebell doesn't even have to be that heavy. In fact, a lighter kettlebell you might find is a better option for these exercises. So let's go ahead and get started with the first one. And this is one that you might have seen before, and that is a Russian twist. You can do this with a kettlebell or you can do this with a dumbbell. Either way, you're essentially going to be holding the handle of the kettlebell here. And notice that I am sitting upright and my feet are together, right? That is very important. This is going to be awkward and difficult if your feet are separated. So we want your feet together. Now, if you raise your feet up off the ground, this is going to be a lot harder, but I'm going to show you this first option, which I think is very challenging for many people, including myself here. Feet together, knees together. We're going to take that kettlebell, and what we're trying to do is, as I begin this exercise, I'm going to slightly lean my trunk backward at the hip. Okay, I'm just bending just slightly and letting myself lean back. Now from here, I'm going to take that kettlebell and almost like think about I'm moving it down at the hip. I'm letting it drop to the side from left to right, okay? When I do this, I'm gonna feel a lot of my obliques and my transverse abdominis, those are the deeper muscles of the core, working really hard because I'm having to resist the weight from pulling me excessively all to the side to where I kind of drop it. So you're really staying nice and compact, you're focusing on your breathing, and you're rotating with the kettlebell side to side, okay? That's going to be number one. We call that a Russian twist. And usually with a lot of these core exercises, we recommend higher volume. So anywhere between 12 to 15 reps for a couple sets is going to do the job. You can even cool down with these types of exercises after a long workout and maybe even do 1 or 2 sets, and you're going to see a lot of benefit from this. So that Russian twist is the first exercise that we're going to cover. The second one now is going to be an overhead sit-up. Now, that sounds crazy, and if you have any difficulty with overhead motion with the shoulder, you might want to skip to the next exercise, but you might want to also give this a try. If you don't have any pain and you can handle this movement, then you're going to see how beneficial this exercise can be and how challenging this can be. Now, when you do a regular sit-up, you've probably seen people just kind of lean back and then come up, right? We know that that's obviously training that main muscle, rectus abdominis, that runs all the way down the middle, right? This is not doing a ton for the side here. It's mainly doing a lot for that front core muscles here. But if you want to add a little more challenge with this exercise, I'm a big fan of bringing that weight overhead, and now I have to really control the movement as I fall back down. I'm pushing that kettlebell all the way up, right? So when I do this, I'm thinking, let's keep that active shoulder, let's keep that elbow locked out, and I'm constantly pressing that kettlebell all the way up towards the ceiling and all the way back. How do you know if this weight is too heavy? Well, if you can't control the movement going back and you're just plopping back, or you're having a hard time sitting up fully, or you might even feel like the elbow here is just not locking out and you have a hard time just sitting up, then that kettlebell is going to be way too heavy. You might start off with 5 pounds or 10 pounds, or maybe for some of you, you're not using any weight, and that's okay, guys. But the purpose of this video is to show you some alternatives that you can use with the kettlebell, and that is that overhead sit-up. Moving on to the next exercise, now we're going to be on hands and knees. We call this the quadruped position, and this is called the plank kettlebell drag. Now what we're going to do, if you're a beginner starting this exercise, it's simply okay to start this on your knees, because as we go into the plank position, we're gonna make this a lot more challenging for you. But we always wanna start with some progression, give you guys something to work on and focus on before you master and go on to something harder. So this plank drag here, you're gonna start off in a plank position, okay? Notice my joints are nice and stacked and the kettlebell is on its side here. All I'm going to do is I'm going to take the opposite arm and I'm going to pull and drag that kettlebell over. That's going to really get you to force you to get some pull and some twist of the trunk, which is going to work those core muscles, which is what we're wanting. Once again, I'm going to take the opposite arm, reach across, and I'm going to drag it across. And notice after a couple reps, and you probably see it on me, is I'm sweating already. Why? Because when we start to train our core, it ties up our lower body and our upper body together and can really start to stimulate your full body and get a really good workout here. This is a great way to get some good rotation and good strength out of those core muscles. Now, if you wanted to elevate it and you're ready to step it up here, this is where we get into that plank position. That plank position now, our legs are behind us. They're fully extended. We're doing the same thing. We're taking that opposite side, swinging it across. Now you can have the kettlebell up. I preferably like to tilt it over and get that drag. But either way, the further you move that kettlebell out to the outside, the more you have to twist. And what's challenging the most about that plank is that when you're doing that, you have to still make sure that you're not getting too much rotation through the lower back, because that might mean this exercise in general is too challenging. So you want to make sure you can keep your back nice and flat and you're not getting too much rotation. You're just getting the movement of the arms and the trunk with this exercise. Now the last exercise that we're going to go over, which is actually one of my favorites when it comes to building a resilient core, is carries. Now I'm not just talking about any carry, but we're talking about different options here, especially when we have one kettlebell, is that suitcase carry. That's simply when you're taking that weight and you're just holding it at its side. Now, if you have something lighter, this is where, in this case, this might be difficult because you're not gonna feel much if the weight is too light. But if it truly is heavy enough, you're gonna feel that weight wanting to pull you over, and you're really having to use a lot of your lower back and core muscles to keep you upright. You can do this in a room, stationary, where you're just marching in place, or if you have room outside, you can even walk and do maybe 50 or 75 feet at a time, and you'll find this exercise get really stimulating for the core muscles because you're having to really balance and keep yourself upright without this wanting to pull you over, okay? Obviously, you would train both sides with this, and the best part about these carries is not only can you do this with the kettlebell at its side, but you can also focus on bringing it up at your chest, kind of in this front rack position where my thumb is facing towards my chest and I have that elbow nice and packed close to my side. This is also going to train my core efficiently. If you want to level this up and go even harder, you can even go all the way up overhead if you got good shoulder range of motion, okay? All of these options are going to be great because the carries are a great anti-rotational movement. It's going to prevent you from moving too excessively at the spine, and a lot of those deeper and smaller muscles of the core can really work together to help control those movements so you can start to build a truly stronger core. Now, if you want to learn more on how you can use kettlebells like this to help build a stronger upper body or a stronger lower body, I've created a playlist on some of my favorite kettlebell exercises that you can use to help strengthen and target these body parts. Make sure to check them out here. In the meantime, if you want to learn more on how to build strength longevity with your body, don't forget to subscribe below.